Okay, I'm back. Got it off the chassis. Like I say, the chassis is almost non-existent. Grill cloth on a fiber board. I'm sure that looks like original grill cloth. I'm not sure if that's how they were put on originally with the thumbtacks, but um, we'll see how that works out later. Chassis fairly clean. Like I say, major reconstruction on the chassis, or on the cabinet, I'm sorry. Alright, speaker. I'm having some light issues. Got more light coming in the back. There's the dial. I'll try to get the Aviola. One thing about the inductor tuning, a lot of times the inductor tuning will start at the 1600 and go to the 550. Well, this one is starts at 550 and goes to the 1600. Looking at the way the dial cord was wound, it's still intact. Checked it against the schematic of the 501, 512, totally different. So I documented it on paper, and I think the reason it's totally different is because the dials on those were backwards, in a sense, than this one. So it had to be wound differently. Speaker's fairly decent shape, a little dent here and there, but it's just a little dirt. Looking underneath, cord's in fairly decent shape, but you can see there's the transformer. It matches the parts of the 501, 512. The potentiometer matches the value. Haven't gone through all, and the electrolytic values match the schematic. Now, whether this is the original, I mean, that is been soldered in, so that may be a replacement over the years. I don't know. There's some paper caps in there. This is a solar electrolytic. There's some solar and then some wax. So definitely recap coming up. I was noticing this particular little choke, RF choke here, it's in the circuit. It's come loose at the bottom. I don't know if that's just poor soldering or someone lifted it out. It looked like it just fell off. Also, there's a burnt resistor here. It's hard to tell the value of it, but looking at the circuit, we'll determine that and get that replaced. Good cleanup, but the bottom doesn't look that bad. Now, when I got into the looking at the tubes, pulling those out, the 50L6 had a date on it, a little sticky tag on it, and had 664. I couldn't read the last digit, and so it was in the 40s, which that's a given. This was made between 46 and 48, we believe. It had J dot A dot, and then the tag was missing, but it had an address of 575 Carlton, question mark. Tracy, California, with a phone number of 357. I may give them a call shortly. So we'll see how that works. But anyway, I did a Google search of that address, and there is a 575 Carlton Way in Tracy, California. So that may be a radio shop that was there back in the 40s, which is no longer there. Then the another two, the 12SK7 had Rifles, RIFFEL''S radio service, 65 Adams Street, Tracy, California. There was no date or any phone number on the tag. So that was interesting. So it's just a little bit more history. I've laid out the layout of the tube layout and also documented the dial cord, because that we very may well have to replace that, and we want to make sure we get that right. All right, that's about all for it now. I'm going to try to go through the circuit and upload up the schematic and compare it to the 501, 512 circuit and see if it compares to it, and determine if I've got a working schematic or if I'm going to have to draw one from scratch. Okay, that's it for now. Thanks for watching.